Hello, I'm Jan. If you're new here, I make tabletop games, I make art, and I make system-agnostic postcard dungeons for Patreon. In this month's dungeon, we're breaking into the Bric-A-Brac Brothers' Mimic Warehouse. Let's start off by drawing some hungry little guys for our sticker designs. So this is sort of based off something that happened in a campaign from a long time ago, when I had the opportunity to co-Dungeon Master a session. In that campaign, my character was kidnapped and transformed into a chair, and my friends had to figure out which chair they needed to dispel in order to rescue me. They unknowingly broke into a barn that was filled with mimics, and they quickly learned that disturbing the wrong furniture had consequences. It was a really good, silly fun time. In the Bric-A-Brac Heist, the adventuring party is approached by a sad frog of a wizard. Look at him. He's so sad. His name is Alicorey. He hired the Bric-A-Brac brothers to visit his wizard tower for routine mimic check. You know, as all good homeowners do. But instead of mimics, the Bric-A-Bracs took multiple valuable enchanted pieces of actual furniture. Poor Alicorey is so distraught over this. He pleads, he begs, and he bribes the first competent-looking group he can find. And he'll ask our protagonist to go break into the Bric-A-Brac Brothers facility to get his things back that very night. It was a little tricky to fit in all these little dudes on one page for my cutting machine, but in the end they fit perfectly cozy. This month, Patreon members will be getting stickers of all three mimics and a sad frog wizard just doing his best. We're going with a pretty sweet and simple map layout this month, as right now we are juggling editing this video and packing up little wolves for backers. Yay! Thanks y'all! So much, by the way. I can't explain how much of a personal dream this game is to me, and it will be available on our website very soon. Anyway, I'm working off a grid you can't see, but I kind of just sketch and carve out rooms as I go. Some of these labels change in the end, but that's okay. To be honest, these little dungeons are designed quickly over thoroughly, but that's a part of the fun with this creative exercise. So the layout of this facility is actually a little inspired by one of the animal care places I used to work at before I got into tabletop games full time. If this kind of cross-hatching weaving design between and outside the walls seems a little familiar, then I bet you've seen some of Dyson's old school inspired dungeons. You know, that guy that drew a map like once, maybe twice, maybe like 100 times now. I'll definitely add one of Dyson's tutorials in the description below. Y'all should check them out. I approach the idea a little differently, so I try a spin on his method, and I incorporate a bunch of lines into the grid, but in random directions. I wanted to kind of convey a darkness and uneasiness in this map, even though I kept it super simple. Honestly, it was really satisfying to fill out each of these squares. I think I'd love to just sit down and practice different filler techniques, like maybe using fingerprints or a stamp would be cool. I add some details like counters and chairs to about half the rooms. I wasn't sure at first, but I did decide to fill the showroom and the warehouse with just a light fog. The idea being that I can leave these areas mysterious and totally up to the game master's interpretation. Next, I number all the rules and add an ominous title. I absolutely spelled Bric-A-Brac wrong, but I promise I come back to fix it later. With all that map stuff done, it's time to put the words on the other side of the thing. I go with simple text blocks this month with a vertical divider. I get a little fancy with some bullet points and turn some of them into arrows. But once I've got all the important text in there, I use the text wrap function to squeeze in all the character art within the text. Of course, I forget to credit myself again, but I do come back and fix that off camera. And that's the Bric-A-Brac Heist. I can't wait to hear about y'all's adventure through this one. To get this postcard dungeon and these stickers, or just the monthly stickers, in your mailbox, take a peek at our Patreon. Your support is helping us create and experiment more in the TTRPG space. But also know that subscribing, commenting, liking, and sharing these videos, at no cost to you, is also 100% helping us do that too. A hope that I have is that we can get these mini dungeons to a point where we can afford to collaborate with other artists and writers on them, at least every now and then. This could be a scale that's much easier to approach and turn around than, say, writing a whole adventure out or creating multiple pieces of art to fit into a book. As complex and grinding it can be to create works within the indie TTRPG scene, I would be thrilled to be able to offer an easy and fun gig to my favorite designers. The truth is, we're taking the hard route by not just designing these dungeons for a popular system, like Dungeons & Dragons. System agnostic means that it comes with a little bit of work to make it fit your players and your campaign. And that's not so popular, and I get it. I know many who've gone the route of putting 5e compatible on the cover because they've had to. But aiming for different scenes every month, like randomly inspired ideas, and keeping up a eclectic mix of genre or theme is a huge part of celebrating the vastness of this space for me. Because maybe it will inspire you to try telling and exploring a very different story in a very different universe, with whatever rules you want to use to help you tell it. And there are so many of us out here with our own inspired and fun little rules who would love to help you tell these stories. Thanks so much for watching to the end. I see you and I appreciate you. Bye bye for now.